This is going to be a home wall route setting video, and in this video I'm going to be setting what I call an endurance route. What it's going to be is it's just going to be nice, comfy, juggy holds that I can do in a circuit. So basically I want to be able to weave up and down and up and down, maybe across the ceiling, over into this other wall, up and down, and to be able to climb constantly, non-stop for a given amount of time. Maybe some decent hand shakeouts and things like that, but just something where I can just keep climbing, stay on the wall, and build up endurance. I've done this route setting strategy on my previous wall, and I really liked it. And I'm going to start over on the far right hand side, start low and come up and be able to loop around. I'm going to throw up tape first where I want holds, and then we're going to start selecting jugs and things like that. So right now I'm really just going to select the movements and where I want the hand positions to go and throw some tape on the walls. Alright, so I'm going to use brown tape. I'm going to do a couple special things with how I tape this. The first special thing is I'm never going to use brown for any more routes on either of these walls, because for obvious reasons whatever I set here is going to take up the entire wall. I'm going to have brown everywhere, and so it'd be really hard to distinguish what's on route and what's off route. So the brown is solely going to be used for this endurance route. The other thing that I'm going to do is, as I'm setting with this brown tape here, I'm going to do the tape down and right or down and left, depending on which hand I intend for it to be used, because I don't want to have to think about the route when I'm pumped out and when I'm just really fighting the pump. I want to just be able to do it really easily, just to go and keep going. And so with that, down and right intends to use the right hand, down and left intends to use the left hand, and just make it really thoughtless for when I'm climbing. Alright, so I'm going to throw this in time-lapse mode now here. So I'm going to be throwing up tape. My son is setting his own route. This is, I would call this the birthday party route, because he's celebrating his birthday soon, and he's going to have some friends over to climb on the wall, and so he's doing his own little setting here. But I'm going to go ahead and throw on some tape at the intervals, and we'll give this a time lapse. It's getting pretty scrunched up on the edges, but I'm going to try and get another up and down. So we'll see how this goes. This one doesn't have a hold on the side yet, so I'm going to put a screw-on hold over here. Once we know how many hand moves there are, we'll be able to kind of do laps on this. So, you know, from north all the way to south will be X number of hand moves, and then obviously reversing that move, and it will feel different going in reverse. I promise. I've done it before. It absolutely feels different going in reverse, because when you were going down, yes, you're using the same holds with the same hands, but when you were going down on the reverse, you'll be going up. So it's different moves. The other thing about the endurance route is there's two different ways to do it with feet. In the past, I've done it with any feet, which makes it a little bit easier. Allows you to get more rest and things like that. And then to challenge yourself further is I've personally had a rule of using only feet that are smaller than a fist. So no big jugs for feet, just smaller, more precise feet, smaller than a fist. So starting at that triangle there is going to be a starting hold that's matchable. So both hands will start on there. And so then we'll move up from there. So we'll go left, 1, right, 2. Right, 58, left, 59 on the finishing hold, and right 60 to match. 60 hand moves. So 60 hand moves in this one direction, and then 60 moves back the other direction. So if you end up having a home wall and you want to do endurance, it's definitely doable. Just set yourself up a nice endurance route. So that's phase one, is just setting up our tape placements. So next we're gonna pick out our holds, and again, they're gonna be nice and comfy, juggy holds. And I'm not just gonna always have them down pulling. I'm gonna have some side pulling, some Gaston, so just different positions. All right, so we're starting to throw some holds on. So I'm just kind of prioritizing certain spots that need to be there first. So this is gonna be a key thing, is having really nice, big, comfy holds for the roof section. And so that's where I started. I also took this opportunity to select out that screw-on hold, just a little bit darker on this side of the garage, but really nice moon-shaped hold that fits on this arete. And I think it'd be really good for this endurance route, but it'd also be good for other routes. All right, so now the next holds that I'm going to prioritize are going to be the two starting holds, the south side starting hold and my north side starting hold. They need to be matchable, so where I can get both hands on them. So that's what I'm going to look for next. So in theory, I'm kind of trying to look for two holds that are the same. They don't have to be that way, but I want them to be nice and comfy. So I chose some big, comfy holds, two-handers. These would be good starting holds for other routes too. Now all I have left to do is to put up the rest of the holds. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump out some bins, choose some nice comfy holds, and kind of get a plan and just start throwing them up there. Okay, so you take your comfy ones, and I want you to put them over here. Score 1, 2, that is a good one, 3.
Oh, this one's nice and comfy.
Okay, I can go there, it's good. All right, just finished putting up holds on every single hand hold. 60 moves in total. It's gonna be super epic. It's gonna be a pump fest for sure. Lots of endurance. So the last phase of route setting for this endurance route is miscellaneous footholds. So I'm not gonna do every single foothold, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna kind of spray some moderate footholds down here on the lower parts of each of these walls, because obviously more and more will get filled in as I put more routes in. So that is the next step, is to spray a few footholds in, and I got my helper here helping me. All right, I think I'm done. I think the endurance route is done. You can keep an eye out in a future video in our training on home walls series that I'll be doing, where I'll be outlining exactly how to do an endurance session on your home wall with this setup. Thanks for joining me on this session of route setting for a home wall, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned.